was so jacked up on a pre-workout, and my face was like itchy and burning. I felt like I was almost invincible.
That reminds me of my 4th grade game when I played for the Pee-wees.
That reminds me of that one time I was at the YMCA.
No, I was
as an 8-year-old.
I was the Omaha Pee-wees.
And we were playing a pickup game, and one of the kids was 4, but couldn't stop me. What's up, everyone? Episode 3. Build Different pod. Did we? I can't remember if we mentioned the name. It's Build Different, though, is our podcast name.
I like it. It has a ring to it. It's a beautiful ring. Right?
I don't know if it has a ring. I actually don't think it does. I think it's just like a name.
Build Different. Just something about it. We are different.
How do you think? Do you just think of these things?
I don't know.
Like,
we're just different.
It's a beautiful ring.
We've built differently. No,
yeah, I don't know.
It's about
that.
building different.
Whatever.
I don't know what.
How's your week been? Actually, it's been a couple weeks since we've been in here, but how things been?
Man, it's been. Oh yeah, we had some out of town and all that. Week has been interesting. We have Thanksgiving tomorrow, which is fun. Should we? Do we do a moment of silence for Thanksgiving?
No, we never have.
Should we take a moment of silence, Kobe, for Thanksgiving? Just for all the fallen turkeys?
No.
Oh, okay,
no.
We don't do that. Okay, I didn't know. Anyway, last week, went on my first out of town with my son for basketball.
Okay.
So you've probably been on some out of town tournaments, I'm assuming, in your day.
A couple.
This is my first one. He's 13 years old. It seems like every parent I talk to talks about going out of town, like just how often they do. That was our first one. It was great. We had a fun time. Des Moines, Iowa. So went there. He had
the great metropolis of Des Moines.
Des Moines, Iowa. He had 2 3-pointers, and yeah, just great.
They win the tournament.
Got second place. Place, yeah. So
they get like a medal and
they
stuff.
Did. They got a medal.
Did everyone get a medal? Anyone that participated?
It was homeschool, so you would think it would. No, there was actually. I was surprised at some of the competition. There was a kid there that I was watching. He reminded me. I know I was talking to you about basketball, but he reminded me of probably how you would have played basketball. Similar size, extremely like a blur. He actually plays on the Omaha Lightning, but I was just watching him like, this kid is.
So what's a blur to you?
A blur to me.
The only reason I ask is because I think, I don't know how many times we've talked about guys and you're like, oh yeah, they're 4'6" or they're 4'7", 40.
Is that that difference from a 4'4"? Is 4'6" like from a? I'm sorry, like on
Kobe, help us out. He asked if 4'6", 4'7" is a big difference.
Well, because the reason I asked that, because there's guys in the NFL, when you think about they're playing like 4'6" that are running backs in the NFL that are better than the 4'4"s. Like, you know how people just think speed always, right? Isn't there truth in that? No, yes.
There's a difference, Paul. You know what? Funny story before we go into your week. Sorry, we'll get back to basketball.
Yeah.
You always have a really good way of bringing up past stories. I don't know. What was it? 3 years ago, we were down in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I was asked to play, or not play, but Golf Digest, big golf magazine, if you've never read it. They do, every year they have people come and evaluate the clubs and kind of say, like, this club's good, these irons are good, whatever. Well, I was don't know why, celebrity guest, but I was a celebrity guest in...
With my friend.
Yes, they had me down, and I had to test all the clubs, say which ones I liked, which ones I thought sucked. And the other celebrity was Michael Pena. He's
such a good
actor.
Friend.
Good dude, though. Like, I liked Michael a lot.
I did,
Loves
too.
Golf.
Do you remember him walking through the just with his glasses on? Freaking looking like, I thought he was, I wanted to like go get his autograph.
So we're down there. In the whole time, it was multiple times he was talking how he could beat Michael Pena up, or how I could
beat him in a race,
or just beat him in anything, right? And I was like, no, you could not. You're not what you think you are. And this is actually fun to talk about with being like the past best athlete in Omaha when you're 13.
Peaked too early.
Peaked way too early. But we get to one of the last nights. I think it was the last night or second last night. We're there for a week, or not quite a week, but a while, 5 days. And he's talking about, we're in the meal room at this hotel that they had for all the Golf Digest people. And he's talking about how he wanted to race Michael Pena. And I'm like, dude, you need to shut up. Like, Paul's confidence was high. Like, super high.
It was high that night.
It was very high. Next thing you know, we're at the table of the crew, the camera crew, the video crew.
Yes.
And they, like, produced the whole thing. Well, one of the cameramen by the name of Kyle Delk.
Top athlete in college. Top college athlete. How do you say it?
He ran like the 800 or something.
All world.
What do we think, Paul?
Wasn't he a world champion in the 800?
He was not.
Oh.
He was not even close.
But he still did run.
Nice guy. Could run better than probably, I don't know, the average person in a local neighborhood. But Kyle, he started talking and just jabbing and saying, oh, I could beat you in a race. I could beat you in a 40-yard dash. I go, I'm starting to get not annoyed, but I'm like, all right, let's test this guy. I go,
he did.
I go, all right, let's see it then. We'll go right out here and we're gonna watch you. We're gonna watch you race Kyle. And by the way, I think I still have it on my phone. That'll be posted on our YouTube page, the actual race. But what we do is we go out of the ballroom into like a hallway, and there's like probably 80 yards. 80-yard hallway, and it was wide.
It was a big hotel.
Guys, we get Paul Lanphier.
I was close.
This is 3 years ago.
I was big.
You were very big.
I was probably 220.
He was 36 years old, and he's racing a college 800 runner.
37 more pounds than I am
Guys,
now.
And this guy,
I was fat.
Not a sprinter. Nice guy. Not a sprinter. Not that fast, like on sprints.
That guy?
Yeah.
World champion?
Well, yeah, you thought so. Guys, we're racing in a hallway at a hotel. Right? Like, we have it race, and he thinks, like, he false starts, first of all. Some of the worst form I've ever seen in any runner ever.
I forgot my 100 starts.
Literally, he's absolutely cooked.
No, I was beating him.
Cooked.
My off the line was really good.
It was not. You were getting killed.
I think I was winning through 10 yards.
I had my business partner. I brought him along. The camera team's probably like, this guy's a freak show.
Did you ever think that your business partner would be racing through a hotel versus a camera guy?
And the thing is, guys, at 20 yards,
that's when I really turned it on.
Tears his hamstring.
Pulled it.
Severely pulled.
I was hurt.
You didn't tear it like
for
mine.
Several days.
It was such a bad experience for you. And more than anything.
And I fell.
And then, since they're good at videos, they made like a video cut up. And we'll put that on the YouTube channel. One of the most embarrassing things ever.
I didn't have it that day.
If he didn't tear his hamstring or didn't pull his hamstring, he would have beat him. The boy was getting cooked. You were getting destroyed.
It was pretty close.
There was nothing close about it.
We'll have to see what the viewers think when they can judge the vehicle.
And he thought he could run like a 4.8, 4.940. At his prime, since I've known him, don't know if he could break 5.3.
I think I could have break. I think we'll
I don't think there's a chance.
There's a challenge. There's a challenge for us right there.
Right, there's a challenge. Give him a year of training, maybe 6 months.
I think 6 months is fair.
Well, Blake, do you think we could film that too? We could go out. We could go just out in a parking lot. We could go to track and field. We could go at some track in Elkhorn.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
I don't think it.
Make a day out. Make a day out of it. Get some good food out there.
Back to Des Moines. We're not going to make a day. Like, who's going to be there? 4 people?
My kids. Your kids. We can do a picnic or something. I don't know.
My kids would die laughing. Gia would.
It would be fun.
She would probably just make fun of you.
Me and her should race.
There's no way you would beat her.
I mean,
Kobe. All right, that's what we're going to do. You will race Gia by the end of this year.
No, I can't do it end of this year just because I still got to get the leg
By the end of
built
this school year. By
Oh,
May.
there you go. Fair enough.
So you train your tail off.
I'm going to train.
I don't even need to ask Gia. She'll be like, yeah, let's do this thing. She ran a 40 electronically at a soccer combine thing. And you had to start sideways, and she ran like she was embarrassed to be there, and she ran in the 5.3s. Like, that's as slow as she could have ran.
Is she 13 or 14?
She's 14.
At 14?
A 14-year-old girl.
But, I mean, she has some good genetics in there.
Genetics don't matter when you're only 14.
They start to come through.
Think about you when you were 14.
Well, my genetics came in the opposite way. From 1 to 13, I mean, like we've talked about on this podcast.
I don't know if 14-year-old you would have beat 14-year-old Gia.
I don't know if I would have lost to anybody. At 13, 14 I was still in pretty high
you don't
prime.
think I could have competed with you?
It would have been a good race at that age for us.
I promise you one thing.
It would have been
and
a good race.
This is
at
hopefully
that age,
this doesn't
at
come
that age
as like arrogant at all.
You think you could have beat me?
It wouldn't have been close.
What about in tennis? Do you think there's any sport I could have beat you in?
Guys, we were working out a year ago.
Do you think there's any?
And we're talking about sports because he lives in the glory days of anywhere from 12 to 13 years old. And
when you peak early?
And he said, if I would have stuck with tennis, I would have been the best in the state. Like, it's the most egregious comment I've ever heard in my entire life.
That was a false comment. That's not true.
You meant it, though.
Maybe at the time, but it's not true.
It isn't true.
I can look back and say, I don't think that would have been true. I'd have been within a top 5, but I wouldn't have been the best.
You weren't even the best at your school.
No, but I was starting to get better.
To show signs of Sampras, Pete Sampras?
That was my nickname.
Djokovic?
They called me Paul Sampras.
That is not true.
That was the nickname at school.
Back to Des Moines in your first
fun trip. So all that to say,
goodness gracious.
Extremely fun overnight trip. But then we get back.
Like fast. You know, you were talking about the
blur kid. It's just, I was saying homeschool basketball, like there's some athletes. Like you get to see some of these kids where you're like, dude, these guys could have they could play. Right? You were homeschooled?
Till 8th grade.
Yeah. But but you just think about on the sidelines.
I don't want to come in and throw darts at any homeschoolers. It's not what I'm here for.
What would you have done if you were homeschooled through high school?
Probably wouldn't have played football because they didn't have football and I wasn't allowed to play. I would have played homeschool basketball. I played homeschool basketball as an 8th grader on a high school
team. Did you do okay?
Yeah, but
do you know I did too? Cross Lutheran.
I played for this homeschool basketball team in North Platte. We played McCook, who was really good in the homeschool space.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just had a bunch of homeschool parents.
The McCook Rooks. The Rooks. They're one of my favorite teams.
That is not true.
The McCook Rooks.
This is such a made-up, dumb comment. Dumbest comment.
No, they're not the Rooks anymore.
No, we didn't have a great team, but I scored a lot.
Over 20 a game?
I think I had 40-something in a game as an 8th grader, and we almost beat the McCook team.
What'd that feel like? Were you just on cloud 9?
I don't know.
Don't you think you almost play sports don't you think high-level athletes to get that feeling?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to be, I think what your cloud 9 for someone that never played a sport, cloud 9 would be like being in the zone is what you're saying. So everyone that has played a sport, Paul's asking, have you ever been in the zone? Do you play to get in that zone? Yes. It's few and far between, but when you are in that zone, there's not much better.
Did you know how to automatically, this is actually a good question.
I feel like it's not going to be great.
Do you know how to get into the zone automatically? Did every Sunday when you're in the NFL, are you in the zone?
I mean, you kind of have to. you're not in the zone at like your top like abilities.
Yeah.
Or like where you feel like you're perfect and nothing goes wrong. But you have to get in the zone of like in the space of being like, I have a bunch of 300-pound men that are trying to ruin my life. So yeah, you have to at that. But being in a zone's different though. Like when I'm saying being in a zone, it's where like you can't do wrong. I remember in high school, there was a game. I think we were playing Lincoln North Star or something. It was the best. I had either 47 or 49, and I was
points.
Yeah, I couldn't miss.
That's
so
wild.
Like that. There's nothing better than that. Or I would say a lot of my junior year in college, I remember being like. Now I had a really good team around me. Like my line was good, but like it was almost like I felt like I was in another world. I remember one of the playoff games against West Texas A&M. I fumbled like once or twice. I think once we lost it. I fumbled twice. We recovered one of them. I was so jacked up on a pre-workout, and my face was like itchy and burning. It's kind of, one of the best feelings in the world is when you feel like you have to hit your head to function.
Yeah.
But that game, I felt like I was almost invincible.
That reminds me of my 4th grade game when I played for the Pee-wees.
That reminds me of that one time I was at the YMCA.
No, I was
as an 8-year-old.
I was the Omaha Pee-wees.
And we were playing a pickup game, and one of the kids was 4, but couldn't stop me.
I was either 4th or 5th grade, and I remember it was our first game. It was our first game of the season. This was real. It was our first game of the season, and I remember I was so sick. I remember I ate like Wheaties before the game because I thought that's what you do. Because like what I know, but I felt great. I get there, and the first carry I get, there's a giant. I realized like size, doesn't really matter at that level. Like it's like they're tall kids, like they're the awkward ones. So I'd get the ball and I just run him over.
It's like a baby deer.
I run him over like a baby deer, and I literally.
Wait, you were the baby deer?
No, I was the running back. Okay. Run him over, the guy just pancakes and run to the end zone. And I'm pretty sure you felt that like similar thing at that level. Very similar. Probably like what it was like.
I would say that's probably how the best I would have ever felt.
All touchdowns are created equal.
They are created equal. Whether it's in a
Super Bowl or
a 4th grade Pee-wee first game.
I wonder, that'd be an interesting like to see if like our brains are like the same excitement at that level.
I promise you there's not.
I felt great. I know I felt great.
No, I know, but I promise you it's not the same feeling.
I don't have too many memories. I don't have too many sports memories past.
I did score a touchdown also in 4th grade.
That's true.
It's not the same.
You've probably had a little more touchdowns than me in my day.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you had some sick pickup touchdowns in the backyard.
I did. I'd won at 20 years old in the Turkey Bowl with actually the church that we're in now.
What's the Turkey Bowl?
We used to do a Turkey Bowl. Actually, it was like usually the day, or maybe it's the week.
How old were you?
Before Thanksgiving, 20. It was a flag football deal that we did, and our team. It was serious though. You have to get. I
bet it was serious.
If you were in town, I would have said, "Danny, come play it." Well, we didn't know each other.
Yeah,
then,
I bet I would have played too. I bet that's exactly what I would have wanted to do, was go play flag football with a bunch of guys.
Do any guys ever try
tackle me?
Do any guys ever try to get you to play flag football?
Do guys ever get me? Kobe does.
Yeah, that's true. They know enough not to ask.
It's scary, but flag football is a borderline and a religion for Kobe.
It is weird. Some of these guys with their flag football,
isn't it?
Their foosball.
Yeah, he nodded yes. That's about true. Anyways, homeschool, fine. Anyway. I'm sure there's some good kids. There's Tim Tebow was homeschooled, but he also played on a high school team.
Yeah.
Usually, if you're like incredible, they're gonna find a way to get you on a team.
Yeah, that would have been fun to play with Tim Tebow in high school on a homeschool team. Me and him
Bro,
would have. Me and
he
him
didn't play on a homeschool
Me
team.
and him would have. It would have been lights out. They would have called us thunder and lightning.
They probably wouldn't have.
Anyway, we get back, and I literally
This is a fun story.
Our house floods. My wife, because if anybody knows me, they don't yet, but you do.
Yeah.
I don't do any housework. I don't know how to do stuff. So she had to change the filters on our washer.
Oh, you don't even know how to change like filters on things.
I try not to. I mean, it's like, I don't want to learn it. I mean, I shouldn't say that. That sounds horrible. I do. I want to be someone who.
I'm not acting like I'm a handyman. I mean, obviously we both look like handymen.
We're handymen.
But we know nothing about cars.
No, nothing.
Nothing about anything around the house.
Literally.
I don't know anything about landscaping. Will I mow the lawn? Yes.
Do I? No.
No, you don't. I don't anymore because Gia does.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pretend that I know those things. Blake, on the other hand, Blake's a savage at it all. Paul, do you know how to use a screwdriver?
No.
Do you know what a screwdriver looks like?
Yes.
Not orange juice and vodka,
that's
bro.
What I was literally gonna say that. I was gonna say it's orange juice with vodka.
Bring it up your past, bro.
Oh no, I never liked screwdrivers. But we literally, I get home and my wife had changed the filter, forgot to turn it. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but you gotta.
She's not gonna listen. Don't worry.
You have to actually like turn the nozzle head
to tighten
it, and she didn't do that, so it flooded our whole basically downstairs, upstairs.
Was it a good experience?
I feel like I almost lost my salvation.
What'd you do?
Had to go outside. I may have dropped some words that
you shouldn't.
I had to fight through some language. Not to my, I was just outside and I was like, what is going on? Because it's been an intense little season here for the Lamphere clan. So that's what we call ourselves now. It's the Lamphere clan.
You have never called your guys' family that.
No, I've never said that word actually in my entire life.
Yeah, please don't end with that part.
But anyway, so we're doing better. It's going to be Thanksgiving tomorrow. We made it through that whole debacle, and
you're running a 5K tomorrow.
Running a 5K tomorrow, first time in years. So finally getting back into the racing circuit. See what team I end up on this time.
The racing circuit.
I haven't done a race in a long time.
It's probably good.
Probably good. When you tear your Achilles, you can't really race.
Yeah, I don't think racing.
And when you're 30 pounds overweight for several years.
Also probably shouldn't race.
Probably shouldn't race.
Yeah. But you're going to, here in a month or two, you're going to look great because we're going to start working out.
Oh, yeah. We're
not going to start working out.
And we decided this week we're going to start going to a new gym. Me and you. I mean, we're going to keep, but we're going to go to a personal trainer. We had to make some life decisions. Go to a personal trainer.
And I will say this.
You ever seen arms like that, by the way?
Gosh. No, I have not. I mean, we'll give him a little shout out. Todd Smith.
Yeah.
Here in Omaha. Jacked dude.
For 60 years old.
Oh my gosh. He looks nothing like us.
Oh.
If he's 60, we look like 75.
Real question. Could he beat me up?
That's not a real question.
Why? 39 versus 60?
You said, could he beat me up?
Yeah. You think he could?
Dude, like if we went in like an actual like octagon, he'd kill you.
You think? 60
You're
years?
joking. Please tell me this is make-believe.
No. I still got youth on my side.
He would kill you.
He kept saying that. He kept telling me. I felt like...
He could say...
Remember when he hugged
could say
me?
Whatever
Remember when he hugged me and said, you have youth on your side?
He did not say that.
Oh. I thought he kind of did. I saw the twinkle in his eye.
That's the creepiest. If some trainer came up to me and hugged me and said,
you have youth on your side.
You have youth on your side.
I'd feel valued.
I'd say, you're a weirdo, bro. Like, get away from me.
My heart would feel valued. My heart would feel loved.
See, that's where you and I are completely different. I would not feel loved. I'd be like, this guy's a creep.
I think there should be this would be an interest if you went up to people that are training like college athletes, NFL athletes,
and I could whisper in their ear,
and you literally just went up and hugged them and said, "Hey, you are so valued, and you're gonna feel so loved today, and you're gonna do an amazing job on the field," and you just reaffirmed like that. I think it would change the way things are. I think that would change the way guys play the game.
You think it would change the way coaches would coach?
I think if they knew.
Could you imagine Andy Reid going up to one of his receivers and hugging him and said, I value you and I love you? I think they would absolutely. I think they would have 200 yards that game. I think something would shift in their brain. Right? I mean, it's almost like a tell me you don't know sports without telling me you don't know sports.
Who are there coaches who are like positive coaches though, like me, like a coach, like seriously?
No,
really?
Not like you.
No, like, but that are just overly. Who's the most positive coach?
If you were the, I mean, Pete Carroll's positive.
See,
but not like that.
But they're not doing good this year.
Yeah, and maybe you could do that, like the head coach of like a dart team.
Okay.
But like
of a what dart team?
Like, and like back in bars they have darts.
Yeah.
Like if you started a dart league and you had a team, maybe that would work. I would never that would be weird. If your coach just is coming up out of nowhere behind you, just hugging you and saying you're loved. You're loved.
We're going to test a leadership theory. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. We need to see if that works.
It would just not work.
I think there's more to it than just
like you can feel loved by a coach by not getting hugged.
That's true.
See, you would be a bad coach.
Who's the most loving coach?
I've never in my life heard this question.
Who's the most loving coach? I have a feeling.
That's like a freaking real question. He's not even joking.
What? Okay.
Who's the most loving coach?
I could see
I don't know.
I could see Andy Reid. He kind of has that grandpa, just that heart, like bigger. I don't know, like a teddy bear kind of guy.
Andy, I'm so sorry. My business partner called you fat, man.
No, I'm not. I'm not calling him.
Andy, I don't think it.
He's looking a lot better.
You're making this worse, bro. He hasn't changed the way he looks. Who's the most loving? Who do you think? And I'll answer yes or no. Who do you think's the most loving coach?
You know who I honestly do, and then you know him, so you can give me. But I just feel like, and I think from what I've heard, he had to go through some changes on this. But Nick Sirianni, and then the other one,
bro. I know Nick, but he's not going up to someone, hugging him, saying "I love you."
Is Nick
does he love his players? Yes. But you don't do it how you're doing.
Oh, no. Who's the coach? Who's the older coach who was with them? He was with the Panthers. He's a great coach.
Frank Reich.
Yeah, I could see him being like that.
Never.
Really?
You never played football, bro, past like fourth grade.
Freshman year of high school, but who's counting? Was I good? Yes.
All I know is it's just not in the DNA of sports. Like, there's coaches that love you and you know if they love you, but you don't know if they love you off of a tender, loving care hug when things are rough or not rough.
I'm just picturing off the sideline, somebody fumbles.
All right. We're down 3. We're down 3. We need a field goal to push into overtime. Look at Andy Reid over there with Patrick Mahomes giving him a hug. You got this, bud. I value you. I really love you.
I think it would shift their brain and be like,
I think it would shift their brain, and I think they'd go out there and not know what to do, and he'd be so worried that his coach was a weirdo that he'd throw an interception. He's like, this is weird, man. I got to get out. And then he'd probably ask to be released or ask to be traded because he's like, this is weird. Yeah.
We're going to see some major...
Your mind would shift, but it's not the shift that you'd want if you want to win. But,
we should test these.
I guess, if you think about your kids, you think about your wife, like, that's a good thing.
That's what I was thinking through.
Yeah, it's not like your kids and wife. So, yeah, I think it's good on the way to build a relationship, a friendship if you're single and you're trying to date someone, or even just like a friendship, or not even a friendship, a relationship with like your mom or your dad. I don't
coach and player.
Probably not.
I'm just picturing Patrick Mahomes saying, "I feel so seen by you, coach," and then going out and throwing a touchdown.
That's where your goggles aren't real.
You think I'm looking
there was
through the wrong
was a
lens?
song in country music, forgive me, but for all the people that are going to be like, oh, he listened to that, but it was called Billy's Got His Beer Goggles On.
It's what I have on.
What you
Sports goggles?
Yeah, it's bad.
That should be a new segment when Paul puts on his sports goggles. We don't have any segments.
Yeah,
so.
no, we don't have any segments. Maybe eventually we will. So
anyway, I just think when people feel loved,
I think it's a good segue on spending time with your coach or spending time with your family member or whatever on your friendship, your relationship will be probably pretty good.
Yeah.
What'd you have to talk about this week?
Man.
What's kind of been shifting into like real life things or actual serious stuff, not homeschool sports stuff?
Yeah.
What are you burning for? What's God doing?
Man.
I know what he is, but like you maybe share it.
Yeah, I think obviously a lot always me and you talk through this stuff, but I think it's been a weird, one of those weird last month or twos. We kind of talked about that a little bit here, but just going back into ministry and some of those, just getting to see some things, but it's been amazing. But I think what I've been burning for, what we've been talking about is like, man, just keeping life simple and keeping the main thing, which is, spending time with Jesus. And whether it's business, whether it's life, whatever it is, I feel like just a lot more gets accomplished when you just spend time with Jesus. Keep your eyes fixed on that. And there's some practicals to that, but I know we've been talking through that of just what that looks like to actually just be at the feet of Jesus.
Yeah, I think
and how letting that shape you and transform you, and not always fun, but
I think there's been something, you correct me if I'm wrong, but like even in the last year, when would you say you kind of took that and ran with that? You know what I'm saying? Like you've always like loved the Lord. You've always like read your Bible.
Yeah.
But like there's been a different shift.
There's been a shift. August 30th. But that's when, but I said, we talk about rewiring our brains, or I've heard this term, like a lot of people are trying to figure out how to rewire their brains. I truly believe the number one thing to rewire your brain is you have to sit down and spend time with Jesus. I cannot, there's no, community groups, go to these things.
Yeah,
all this.
they're great.
They're great.
Because those people are carrying the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yep. Yes.
If they're the right people, they're carrying the Holy Spirit, and that same power that lives in them and lives in us is what raised Jesus from the dead.
Yeah.
But there is in our world, we believe it's a personal relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, and everything in my life, it's always, I would say it's been personal, but I'd say getting down and just saying with the Lord, like every day.
That sounded so bad, though.
Did it sound bad?
Getting down with
dirty,
the Lord. Like,
no, but it's like, but you know what I'm saying?
I know
getting
what you're
down
saying. Yes.
into and just being like,
Yes.
all right, the practical of it is every day I'm going to spend time with you.
Yeah.
And like going through the Bible and just reading it and letting it transform you, and not just reading it to memorize verses. So you could say I memorize verses, but it's like reading it to know the author of the Bible. And that's like spending time. You only do that.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a big difference in that, because a lot of people can go through their little Bible studies, and I'm not judging that. It's still good. But I think he's sitting down being like, I'm going to like pursue the Lord. I'm going to let him change me in this. I know there's things in me, there's crooks, there's crooks and crannies, whatever, but things that are just like, hey, I need to get straightened out. And I think when you just spend time with the Lord and actually spend time, go through it daily, and people can say, oh, you're religious. Oh, it's not about that.
It's actually
I know
about,
in my life,
it's actually about that.
I know in my life, the thing that I've like, you would say this, since you've known me, it's like, I know consistency is not a top strength of mine.
Yeah.
But I feel like even over the last year and a half, it's like I've become a lot more consistent of a person.
Yeah.
Well, how's that happen? I'm doing the daily of just spending time.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's actually changing my brain. It's actually I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think I've changed a little. But I'm not just talking about me. I'm saying like, this is something practically. It's like, man, what it's done. I don't even know the person I was, a year ago. We should say that almost every time, right?
Yeah. I think, in all our relationships, we want to know the people that we're close to or claim to be close to, our wives, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, your kids, just the people, that you want to say the relationships you're in. And it's the same with Jesus. I've been a little bit rocked by this verse in Matthew. It goes along with it a little. But it says, it's Matthew 7:21 through 23. It says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles?' Then I will tell them plainly, 'I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers.'" Man, like it's heavy, and it's like, man, at the end of the day, when I die or when Jesus comes back, I want him to be like, "No, I knew you. I knew everything about you." And what that takes, is obviously we have to be vulnerable enough to actually like tell him who we are.
Yeah.
Even though he knows exactly who we are, do we let him know us? Even though he knows I've struggled with anxiety or whatever, have I brought that to him? Have I let him in my life like I let my wife into my life? Have I or my closest friends? And man, like that's something like, man, I want to do what the Lord has for me, or what he wants me to do, how he wants to use me. But dog, like, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss my relationship with him because I'm worried about doing other things.
Yeah.
You and I have talked about this. I'm more convinced at almost 41 years old, more than anything, that spending time with Jesus is like the key to my life. Like, and the thing is, there's no formula for it. Like, I think we all want to have in the Christian church, we want to have a formula. You do this, you do this, you do. Now, there's ideas.
Yep.
There's definitely ideas. But like for me, I grew up. My mom, I was homeschooled. Devotions was a subject.
Same with my kids.
And it's like there's disciplines, but as you get older, it's like you have to form your own relationship with Jesus. You have to choose Jesus. And man, there's times where it's been incredibly perfect, not perfect, but on point. Then there's times where it's like you lag, right? But man, I think the thing is making it a point to like spend time with him. And why do we want to spend time with him? It's the peace he gives us. It's the calm that he gives us. It's him speaking to us. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there. They're like, I've been in a dry season.
Yeah.
We've been through those where it's like, man, I don't feel like I hear from the Lord. I don't feel like there's been seasons where it feels like everything that I read in the Bible just is like hitting me and pertains to what's going on. And then there's times it's like, you know what? I'm just supposed to keep showing up. And there was a time in the last few years, and I just finally was like, I'm going to switch something up, because there's obviously no formula, like no like secret formula. We do need to spend time with him and talk to him.
Yeah.
But there's no, you need to sit in this room and you have to do this and you have to do this. But I just was like, you know what? I'm going to read today. I'm going to talk to him.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel like I heard from him, it's okay. And because I think the toughest thing sometimes is like, well, I haven't heard from him. It's like, I don't know, like maybe just continue doing it.
Yep.
because I've been there where it feels like weeks, whatever. And it's like, the more I talk with my wife, if I didn't talk with her, I wouldn't know her voice.
Yep. So good.
I'd have no clue what her voice is.
So good.
If I didn't talk to my kids, I would not recognize their voice. If I just went home and just was on my phone and didn't have conversations with my kids and I wouldn't know their voice from anyone else.
Yep.
And I think it's the same thing with Jesus. Like, if we are spending every day with him,
Yeah.
and it can look different, man. Like, we know that. Like,
Yeah.
but like, if we're just like, invite the Holy Spirit in and be like, hey, I need you
Yep.
today.
Yep.
And there might even be times you're like, I don't feel it.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you don't feel it. Like, he's with you.
Yep.
There's truth. There's like feelings, and then there's truth.
Yep.
The enemy's going to try to get you to have these crap feelings.
Yeah.
And it's just daily putting it in, not putting in the work, because it's not about us, but like just putting in the time to like making space for him.
Yeah.
And making space for him. Like, obviously, like, we want to praise, we want to worship him, but also making space to let the Lord minister to your heart.
I think that's been a big thing too. I think I told you this, but it's like, I've been taking, a guy that I know told me, I think he takes like 10 or 15 minutes minimum every day.
Yeah.
Just to listen. And I think that's one of the things. I put my phone down and it like in the mornings, and I'll just sit there, and I don't do it every day, but it's like, I'll sit there and just be like, God, what do you want to say to me?
Yeah.
And those are the things where it's like, because I don't want to get away in my heart and my head with the same stuff I got away with last year or the year before. I don't want to get away, like, even like right now, it's like, I want to handle the things like this year. There's been things I've handled where I'm like, man, like that, like my flooding of the house, I did not handle like how I would want to handle. Not like, and I don't feel guilt or shame about it, but I'm like, man, you're
just a little bit of a tool bag.
I was just kind of not a nice guy and not who I want to be. Well, it's like, I want in every situation, I don't want to just leave with my excuse, well, that's just the way I am, because that's not how I am. I'm actually created to reflect the image of God.
Yeah.
So that's how I am. And it's like, so that's how I want to be. Like, right? It's like people, like, we make these statements a lot where it's like, oh, well, he's just stubborn. That's just who he is. No, he's not. If you've given your life to Jesus, he should be the transforming part. Does it still mean that, like, I joked around yesterday, I'm an acquired taste because I'm just a interesting cat. Like,
yes,
I do know I have my quirks. I have my quirks, and I was telling like anybody who works with me, I was like, you're gonna find out, like, I think they should. I think one of our hiring strategy for a lot of people, this is a side note, should be just go talk to their 5 best friends and find out who they are as a person. Because their friends, if they're good friends, will just tell you. You'll start hearing the quirks of that person. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But I was just talking about where was I going with that? The acquired taste, with Jesus though. It's like, I don't want to be the Paul Lamphere that I think I am, or who. It's like, I want to be everything he's created me to be, and I want to react like he reacts.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It's like, so, and being with him is going to change that. Not like it's like he takes away our authentic self or who we are, because there are passions. Like, am I always going to be probably somewhat of a jokester? And it's who I
probably because
am.
Also God probably thinks you're funny.
Yeah, and God made me that way. So there is ways he made us, but if we allow that to just be like, oh, that's just the way I am, and have that as our excuse, versus like, no, I'm actually like him, and it's going to transform me because I spend time with him. I don't know.
You know what's crazy is we were talking to our group, our young adult group, and this is just the question I've had to ask myself, and I asked them, like, if you read your Bible or pray or whatever in the morning, do you usually feel worse or better?
I usually feel horrible. No, I feel great. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But it's like you feel way better.
Why? Because it's the Holy Spirit. It's the peace he gives you.
Yep. Why
don't we read our Bibles or pray and talk to Jesus in the morning? Well, I'm saying, like, what's one of the reasons you did in the past? And I'll answer mine.
I mean, mine would be shame, feeling like not like, and this is where it's like, some of it's my own issue. It's like shame, not feeling like, because it's like you're living life like not how you should be. So you're feeling guilt, you're feeling hidden, not being the authentic self. I put down in there, I've said, you're just on the island of loneliness. It's really self-pity. It's self at the end of the day. So why don't I do it? It's self.
Yes. And although it makes you feel better, I'll tell you one of the reasons I don't, and I think it's common also, I'm tired.
Yeah. And I don't know where to start. That's what a lot of people say.
Or like, if you do know where to start, or even if you don't know where to start, but you're like, I don't want to wake up 10 to 15 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
How many times have I hit snooze and then I've missed out on my time with Jesus? I think it's the most moronic thing in the absolute world. Like, if I know something that makes me feel good and make my days better, why am I not doing that?
It's the great question, right?
Like, and like, that's the biggest thing is it's like, oh, but I was tired. I had this. It doesn't matter if you sleep 1 hour.
Yeah.
Because is that extra 1 hour and 15 minutes of sleep going to help me? Is 7 hours and 15 minutes of sleep going to help me? It's something that I find like wild that I'm saying I've done. This isn't any of you guys. Maybe it is. I have done this so many times. I've hit snooze and it's like, you're actually like self-sabotaging yourself. Because if I truly think it makes me feel better, or it makes me better, a better dad, a better husband, a better friend, a better business partner, a better anything, why am I choosing the worser?
Yeah. It's the great question of like, why? It's like, because I think a lot of it's just people get caught in it's funny saying this, the analysis paralysis. It's like, if I don't know what to do, or I don't know how, or I just feel this, it's like, it's a lot of like how we feel versus just being like you said, it's like, no, if you do this, your life will change.
Yeah.
And it's like wild, like when you actually start down that path of just like, I'm just going to be consistent. I'm just going to do this. And it's like, you will. And it's like I said, even now, what happens in that consistency with me is if I miss a day, I won't miss two because I'm craving that. It's like becoming it's becoming almost this thing where it's like my consistency and like has won out in a weird way, like where it's like I won't let myself get away with it. Not because of like, oh, I gotta earn these things or I gotta do this. It's because it's like, no, it's like it's actually like causing me to like love people better. Yeah. It's actually causing me to be when I say transformed human being, where it's like, I'm not just thinking about myself. I'm actually thinking about others. Wow.
It's cleaning out your ears to hear the voice of God.
It's like, oh, hey, I'm at this restaurant. This person is going through a divorce. Hey, how do we pray for them? It's actually being attuned to like what God is doing around me. Why would I want to go back to like, oh, well, it's like, I'm not whatever it is. It's like, why don't we just start like with that? I don't know. I just didn't. And it took me, I'm 39. I'd been a pastor too before this. And it's like, it took me, I didn't even do it consistent then, which is sad to say. It's like, I was better, but it's like, then I went through a couple of years where I wasn't consistent really at all.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you live on the highs and lows and your life almost reflects that. And then it's like, you get into a level of consistency and you're like, holy cow, this is what it's about. Not because of like, and truthfully, it's like, I get to be with him.
Yeah.
So
it's the presence of God.
Presence of God. At the end of the day.
And the thing is, if we look at the times that we've maybe experienced God's presence, it's only good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. You feel peace. You feel not anxious. You don't feel fearful. And if you do feel those things, he's walking with you.
Yeah.
And like, that's the biggest thing. I was watching a pod yesterday, and then it made me think of some other things. But remember when Jesus was just walking in villages and just going from town to town? And if we think of like the story of Zacchaeus was a wee little man, little man. He climbed up in a tree to see him because he's short. He's a tax collector.
Climbed up in a sycamore tree.
Yes. But like, not the greatest of all dudes, right? No. And And he's up there, and Jesus is basically like, no, come down. I'm going to your house to eat.
Yeah.
And at that time, if you go dine with someone, you kind of approve of them.
Yeah.
Well, tax collector, not great. Not a lot of people would approve of that. And especially if he's the savior and he's the Messiah, people are like, ugh. But the thing that's crazy is when he had him over, Zacchaeus basically said to Jesus, and he had all his people, right? And all the people that probably worked for him and whatever. And he said, everything that I stole from you, I'm going to pay back double, triple, quadruple, whatever. And everyone there that worked for him, their lives were probably changing. Zacchaeus' life was changing.
Yep.
All the people that worked for him probably changing, right? So wealth, anything, whatever it is. I want to be with that Jesus. I want to be in the presence of where I don't really care. I'm giving up it all.
Yeah.
Because there's something, if we go back into the gospel and the people that are hanging out with him, think of Matthew, tax collector. Jesus says, follow me. He gives up everything. He follows him. I want to be with that Jesus.
Yep.
What about when the fishermen? That's their job. Give it up. Give up your business. Give up your family business. Follow me. All right. There has to be something crazy about this man. I mean, we know it because we've read the Bible. There has to be something wild about this man. Yeah. And because Jesus decided, like, I'll take this cup, Father.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll do it, even though I don't want to.
Yeah.
We get to experience that same presence.
Yep.
Every day.
Yep.
They saw in person, and they were like, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Whatever this is worth it.
Yep.
So why can't I just... They gave up everything. Their whole lives, every minute. Isn't it wild to think like, maybe give up the 10 minutes of extra sleep, Danny?
Yeah.
Because that Jesus, that presence, the Holy Spirit, that's that Jesus in spirit form. That's enough. That's gonna absolutely change my life. It changed their lives, and we've seen time and time again in our lives, right? When we're just like, no, you know what? God, you're kind of taking care of things.
Yep.
I'm going to let you take care of things.
Yeah, it's like you almost become, when you're spending time with him, you become it's like your hands become like this. Where it's like you don't have to, I mean, think about that. In one instance, what was perceived as the day, a successful but greedy, kind of a shark businessman, like Zacchaeus was, a religious person. I mean, let's make some hermeneutical analogies. I'll get some theology here, but that would be a person of this day who goes to church in our sector, who is well sought in church. We may not like him and be like, oh, he doesn't do, but he makes a lot of money. He's, the person, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, in that instance, he met Jesus, it's transformed. And it's like, I'm going to repay. I'm not only going to repay, I'm going to double, triple. In an instance, that guy's life, his business, every single thing changed about him.
Yeah.
From just spending time with Jesus, from letting Jesus, but being seen by Jesus. Like he actually let himself be seen. I think that's a huge part of it. Like when you're spending time with Jesus, I think that's what, like that verse is scary, Matthew 7 that you shared. Cause it's like, or should bring the fear of God in us to say, wow, it's like, Lord, I'm not just,
I want to serve for you, but like, no, I want to know you.
I want to know you. Yeah. It's like, cause it's like, we can do all these things. Oh, it's like, we've listened to the people talk. It's like where it's, oh yeah, I've seen this person healed. Oh, I've spoken to these many people. And it's like, and it kind of becomes about almost what they've done versus like, which is great. God's given them a gift. It's not, I'm not want to negate what they've done. No. But it's like, hey, why don't you just share? Tell me, I don't really care what you've done. What did you do this morning? Like, what did your morning look like? How did you spend time with the Lord? Like, how's that transforming you? Versus like, oh, I spoke to 10,000 people.
What's God doing in your life?
100 people healed. Well, that's cool. What's God actually doing in you personally? How's that transferring to your family, to the people you're around, to your friends? Because that's great. You can go speak to this many people and see people healed. That's great. God's given you that gift and that talent. But God's not even caring about that. He's asking, how does he know you? How's that transformed you? That's I think those are fair questions.
Yeah. And like, what's God doing in your heart?
Yeah.
Like it was wild.
About the heart. I told you this.
Not in the way, not in the huggy, weird, like, I mean, not in whatever you're talking about. But I was telling, I can't remember if it was you or Charles or someone, but I was watching this podcast. It's the George Janko podcast, by the way. Great podcast. Yeah. Loves the Lord. Awesome dude. But it was with Judah Smith. And it's weird because I said it, and sometimes I'll do this. Sometimes I'll watch podcasts about like people that are just talking about Jesus. Yeah. It's almost like watching a sermon.
Yeah.
But I'll do that. I'll read my Bible. I'll listen to worship music. I'll do whatever, like whatever I feel like the Lord. Sometimes I've felt guilty for certain, not guilty, but like I've just like you, it's just like making space.
Yep.
And then like Holy Spirit can do whatever he wants. Yeah. God can do whatever he wants. And yesterday I was just sitting down and I literally was just sitting down and I didn't know what it was. It wasn't anything crazy about the podcast, but I just start crying. And I was like, all right, what's making me cry? And the thing that I realized is like, there was something that Judah ended up saying at one point. He said, obviously Jesus came to serve, and spending time with him, there's worship, we're talking, but it's like, I also just want to continue to absorb his grace. I want to absorb and receive.
That's it.
I want to receive his grace. I want to, he served people, and he's continuing serving us and loving us. And what I realized when I was doing that and making space and not even reading the Bible, not getting something so profound, I was just sitting there and making space. And what the Lord did to me was minister to me.
That's good.
Like that was looking back in some ways, that's one of my favorite things that's ever happened, because he ministered to me when I wasn't even trying to do anything. I wasn't doing crap. I was sitting down and I just started crying. I was like, why the frick am I crying? And it's because I just made space and he just loved me. And like, to him, obviously, because he died for me, but like I'm worth it to him.
Yep.
That same guy that was walking the streets I get to be with and was ministering to me and making me feel loved and making me feel peaceful and making me take a deep breath. And like, I think the biggest thing that I said a little earlier is I think that's the medicine for everything.
I believe it. I agree.
I think it's the medicine for everything. Now, do we need people in our lives? Yes. Like, the Bible's clear.
Yeah.
But like, we also need to know the author of that book. And if we know the author, like, and then we spend time with them, like, things are going to work out. Like, or if I look back, like, what's what got me through my anxiety and stuff? I was spending time with Jesus.
Yep.
And it sucked. Like, the time sucked.
Yeah.
But he did it with me.
Yep.
He walked with me and got me through it, because he's strong when we're weak.
Yep.
And so I guess the biggest thing is give it a chance, right? Like,
take that medicine.
Take the medicine daily. It's not even a challenge. It's like, I triple dog dare you. Just see what it's like a week. Yep. Of actually like just carving out a little time and just see if your life sucks more.
It's a great.
See if your life sucks more by spending time with Jesus. I promise it doesn't. But just see if it sucks more. I've gotten so much less sleep, by the way, and I feel better than I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah. I I could not agree more. It's the same. It's been my most transforming thing. Like, and it's like, if people were to say, well, what is it? What's been like the last year? Why? And not saying, by the way, I've arrived this last year, but it's like, there's been some things in my life that changed. It's been spending time with Jesus.
Yeah.
There's one consistent, really, it's like letting him rework some areas in me that, like, it's like he will deal with those, like the areas that needed to be dealt with. Like, when you spend time with him,
Yeah.
he'll actually start highlighting those and start doing stuff. And he'll bring about, I mean, things I've been praying for and wanting to see, a lot of those have been happening. And it's like, and I'm not saying it's like, oh, I did this to get this. It's like, no, it's actually like my dad, who I'm spending time with, with God,
Yeah.
I guess, and Jesus, my brother. It's like, I'm actually just spending time getting to know them, and like, they're taking care of some stuff that, like, isn't it weird? Like, we're letting them have their place. Like, I'm just coming to them and being like, hey, I'm a child, like, God, like, you know me, Paul Lanford, this 39-year-old child.
Yeah. And we mess up as much or more than everyone else. Like, we need this, like, we need his grace every day. Like, I suck. Like, I'm not a great dad and husband a lot of times, or a great friend a lot of times. Like, I mess up big time.
You're a beautiful friend.
Don't do that weird stuff. We had a great moment, Blake, and we did this weird hand-heart thing.
Accept the moment.
Frick.
Heart.
Hey, we're gonna end this.
Yeah.
We're gonna end this podcast, and you don't know the guy, but think of how you want to build this person up. But he's actually the one that had the idea of, like, we were talking about, like, giving words for people or encouraging people, and he said, call the segment "Build Different," build the people up. And his name's Dallin Yo. You didn't know that I
didn't know him.
I was gonna. Well, you don't know him, and he had the idea. He goes, each week you should just have, like, someone call in or email in, like, that they would like to be built up or whatever. He doesn't know this, but he's going to be built up today. So do you have anything for Dallin? I know you do, but
gosh.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
You go first. I could.
I don't know Dallin that well. I know him well through text. We've never met in person, and we've talked on the phone. Unbelievable dude. Loves the Patriots. Incredibly talented in marketing. I think the thing I want to encourage is, Dallin, God knows your dreams. Whatever you've dreamed, God knows what they are, and he hasn't forgot them. And just because maybe certain things haven't happened yet, doesn't mean they're not going to. The thing that's cool about God is he doesn't know how to lie. And if he's promised you something, I think he's going to do it. So don't give up on your dreams, whatever they are, because he's pretty cool and doesn't forget those things.
Yeah. And I think with Dallin, like, one of the things I just got is, like, the Lord is, like, he is your helper. And I kept getting the word helper, and I was like, I feel like Dallin is a helper, and I feel like the Lord is your helper, though, and, like, wants to stand by you, and just, like, things that you want to see in life. It's like, he's actually the one that's propelling those. He's actually the one that's behind you. He's actually the one that's, like, helping you get to that. And I think it's even what we talked about today with, like, when you spend time with Jesus, it's almost like he does stuff that we don't even know is going on. It's like he's the pusher of things forward. Yeah. So it's like, I just want to encourage you. It's like, God will actually push forward in the things that you have in your heart that you want to see happen. It's like God's planted those. And I actually feel like there's things like dreams that you want to see. Obviously we all have dreams, but it's like that, like, are going to, in the next year, even just start coming true. And just things that maybe risks that you've, like, wanted to take, or things that you've wanted to happen. It's like, I feel like this could be a season where it's like God's going to push and help you go to that next level. I don't know who Dallin is, but we're going to find out. Yeah. Hopefully, Dallin, I can't wait to meet you in person. Love you, dog. Yeah. Have a great one. That was a fun little pod. Hey, try it out a week. Spend time with Jesus and tell me if your life sucks.